Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Few months back, I had made a video on the Prachanda helicopters, and after that, I made video on the Surya Kiran aerobatic games, where Indian Air Force show their air, air they show in the Chandigarh and Sukhna. And in the Prachanda video, we have looked into the various striking capability of the Prachanda helicopter. So most of us uh, think that we are developing such helicopter at a large scale, but the story of the helicopter went go went beyond our present time and starting from in the 1950s. So the topic of my today video is that is reminiscences of the Indian Air Force from the past. And the subtopic is about the helicopter that is born to save fresh to kill. How Indian Air Force helicopters became tank version. So, the story of the Indian helicopter start with the Seeker Sky helicopter that is S-55S and Bell 47. Once they were known as friend in the distress, and their primary work is to uh, evacuate the injured person for the movement of the VIPs. And basically, helicopters were used in the initial period only for the peaceful purposes or to save the injured person. But later on, we can utilize those helicopters into combat facilities as well. And this the transition from the page to striking capability is not from the practical point of view. It was a part of the necessity. Uh, so in 1962, in the Indo-China War, we met with the China where we have to suffer the defeat, and we uh, and where the air crews, unmanned and sports felt helpless. So we have learned the lesson from the Sino-India War of 1962 that survival could no longer depend on the marking the mission type. We have to uh, transition the piece. We have to transition our helicopters into striking capabilities. So we started working on the helicopter. And now it is the year of 1965. And in initial days, uh, we used helicopter Mi-4. It was a helicopter of the Soviet origin. It is a light utility helicopter. And we started experimenting with this helicopter and we attached some armament with it. And the result of this revolution is not we have seen after a very long time, but immediately after a few months, we come into the war with another nation that is on our western front, that is Pakistan. We in that war we achieve a very high success with that helicopter, and from that point of view, we started consideration to use light utility or light utility helicopter to add the to use their striking capability after inducting various missiles and the guns. And this is how we started this. The test war comes to the gunship. We have attached the guns 1079 unit and 107. This is how we attach the guns, and in the further period we have attached the missiles, and now we have reached up to the our own Patriot helicopter view, where we have achieve the capability of the anti-tank guided missiles. So it is a hardship of our scientists and our whole community of the India, which have paved the success for such achievement. But one thing that we have to consider is that our western front as well as northern front, in they are spending huge amount of money on the defense. If I talk about the Pakistan, they are spending about 2.9% of their GDP into the defense. But uh, in comparison with India, we have spent on nearly only 1.9% of the GDP. So it means that Pakistan spending 1% higher of their GDP as compared to us. But in the actual uh, actual amount of the money, we are far ahead of the Pakistan. But if we compare ourselves with the China, we are very far behind that of the China. So we can look into this aspect and continue to work in the experiment as well as do research on different technologies so that we can protect our nation as well as our national interest.